Hey, what's happening? Is Noble Credit here. This video is going to be about American Express no longer waiving the annual fee for active duty service members under the Service Member Civil Relief Act. And what does that mean for you? All right, let's get into this video. So, American Express has been waiving the annual fees for active duty service members that apply for their card under the Service Member Civil Relief Act. And now they are no longer doing that. What they're doing is they're waiving the annual fees, but they're doing it under the Military Lending Act. Something that they should have been doing anyway. For those of you who don't know, there are two main laws that provide financial protections for active duty military. There's the MLA, the Military Lending Act, and then there's the SCRA, the Service Member Civil Relief Act. American Express was using the Service Member Civil Relief Act to waive the annual fees for active duty military. Now, what does the Service Member Civil Relief Act actually do? It's supposed to cover debts incurred before you join active duty and limit interest rates on those debts to 6%. I'll give you an example. Before I was active duty, I had a Zales card. I do not recommend having a Zales card at all, but this was before I was woke, okay? So I had a Zales card and I paid interest on the card. I never paid interest, but I paid interest before I knew anything about credit cards on this card. It was completely by accident. I accidentally missed the 0% promotional period. But anyways, so after the promotional period, I still hadn't paid the entirety of the bill, and they gathered all the interest accrued over the 18 months of the 0% promotional period, and then they tacked on everything to the existing bill, and it ended up being over $1,000 worth of interest that I had accrued, so I had to pay that. But 6 months later, when I became woke, I called up Zales and told them, hey, you guys charged me over 6% on a debt that I accrued before I joined the military. And what did they do? They waived it. They sent the check back for all the money of interest that I incurred. That's just an example of what the SCRA can do. So as far as the MLA goes, there's a good example of an MLA benefit that I hope you're using is Chase. Chase waives the annual fee on their personal cards for active duty military under the Military Lending Act. There's a formula for how companies waive the annual fees using the Military Lending Act. It has to do with a 36% annual percentage rate. It gets a little funny into the math, but annual fees and other fees are included into that calculation to where Chase goes, we can waive the annual fee because we might be in violation of that 36% annual percentage rate. So Military Lending Act covers debts incurred after joining active duty or credit lent after active duty. SCRA covers debts incurred before joining active duty. So American Express, they're kind of just riding the ship. If you're on active duty and you apply for an American Express card and you get that fee waived under the SCRA, technically it should have been waived under the MLA because the Military Lending Act has to do with credit lent after active duty. But if you had an American Express card before active duty, then obviously they will continue to waive it under the SCRA. Make sense? So what does this mean for active duty military? This means that the annual fee for your cards will continue to be waived. It's just going to be automatic where you don't have to do the SCRA. It's going to show up in their system when you apply for your card and you input your social security number is going to be tied. You're going to show up as a covered borrower under the Military Lending Act, kind of how Chase already does. This means for active duty military, you have nothing to worry about. All you got to do is continue doing what you were doing before. And if you run into any issues, just hit up the customer service rep online or call in and you should get your issues resolved. What does this mean for active duty spouses? I have a feeling you're probably just going to end up hitting the customer service reps up after you apply for a card. You should still be getting your annual fees waived because spouses are still covered under the Military Lending Act. Active duty spouses are still covered under the Military Lending Act. What does this mean for Noble Gang? Continue doing what you were doing. Continue churning away, collecting your benefits, doing whatever it is you were doing before. Nothing really has changed. It's just American Express riding the ship. Military Lending Act has to do with debt lent, has to do with credit lent after active duty. They're just applying their annual fee waiver to that law instead of the SCRA law for service members who apply for cards after their active duty start date. Make sense? If this video benefited you in any way, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can continue to be notified when I upload videos like this. Alright, I do credit card videos, I do unboxings, I do reviews, I do credit card raps. Alright, I kind of do it all. I'm a little bit of a different credit card YouTuber. Alright, might not be what you're used to, but that's even more reason for you to join the game. Alright? Why?
Kato Production.
Because if you're not with the game, you're not with the squad, what are you thinking? Remember them days uploading was hard, I really didn't feel it. Upgraded the wallet, but it's not a Louis, I really didn't need it. To all my subscribers, I told you I was going to get CITI Prestige, yeah. Amex Gold looking clean, yeah. CSR on the weekend. 5 back on dining is better than 4 and it's better than 3, yeah. I'm smart with their cars, they know I know how to travel for free, yeah. They checking for no wool, companies feeling defeated. With these cars, I ain't playing fair. No annual fees, not with the mob. Metal cars making haters stare. Whole time cashiers being off. Play this game, just go on fall. It's all good, just shake it off. Travel credit still stacking tall. TSA pre for all my dogs. New cars on back end. Then not back out. Never pulling that cash out. But I keep some on me that scratch now. My channel won't fold, not even concerned, man. Military, I'm churning. Companies waving that flag now. Gang. Don't care what nobody say, ain't about to let nobody hang. Word is we got a whole lot of gang, 12 months for a whole product change. Turning cars with no time to play. Remember all my folks run away. Oh, you wanna make jokes, not a day. Oh, you wanna be bros, not a day. I done see my own man turn to hate, done see my own man turn to fake. I got a lot of credit cards now because I made